So guys, welcome back to another video. 2020 is coming to an end. Thank goodness. It's new year, new fresh start. I figured since everyone else is looking to the future, why don't we look back for a second? Not look back as in oh, I wish the world was better. No, not like that. We're gonna look back at what is, in my opinion, the five you can count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 best model trains the five best model trains in my opinion that I've looked at. So the only real criticism for this is that they appeared in a video that was longer than a minute, and they're model trains. But that's, well, I mean, they're not all model trains. I'll tell you that much. But yeah, let's get looking. Okay, yeah, hi, I'm right here. So the fifth best model train of 2020 isn't a model at all. In fact, it's the Play-Rail Twilight Express, the EF65 version. This made the cut because I felt it deserved to be. I mean, it came from 6,800 miles away. I spent quite a hefty amount just to get this, but I've always wanted one of these for quite some time. I mean, look, you can't blame me, can you? No, look at the decoration on this. Look at the the drum head, and most of the decoration is fabulous. Give it that much. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the camera to focus. It is genuinely a nice piece to have. I don't know, I felt like this was, since it was one of the later deviations from not model trains, nobody seemed to pay too much attention to it. But it is genuinely a nice thing to have that I've wanted for quite some time. And it does look nice, okay? I will admit. Let's see, look at the drum head on this end. It's genuinely overall a really nice thing to have, and I'm glad that I picked one up, because if I didn't get this one, what if I never saw one ever again? I believe I've covered everything that make the cut. On to number 4. In 4th place is the Lifelike Proto2000 train line, whatever it is, RS3, and it's definitely an upgrade from the Bachmann one. I mean, even though the paint scheme is an entirely different era, I will give it I will give credit where credit is due. It does look nice. And it doesn't seem to have problems that other Lifelike products that I've owned have. It's real easy to just slap Katie's in. It's got a really smooth motor. I was quite surprised when I took this out on the track, and it ran like a beauty. This was also a former piece of Dr. Pollock's collection, which, if you haven't heard about the RDC, then why are you here right now? So yeah, I do suppose it does hold a sort of special place in my heart in that sense too. It was, sure, it's DC only, but putting a decoder in shouldn't be that hard. I don't know. Oh, the truck detail looks so much better than the Bachmann RS3. There won't be a day where I won't give it credit for that. So, oh yes, the pricing is quite good. I picked this up, I'm going to say for $20, and all it needed was a coupler change, and it ran fine. So yeah, on to number 3. Okay, so because of how long this is, I won't be turning it around to remind you what it looks like. It is well, it's the 611. Everyone knows what the 611 looks like. So this is in third place for best train of the year because I actually somewhat rediscovered it. In the sense that I took it out of the box after many years of not not doing anything with it, and it worked pretty okay. All I did was I lubricated the gears, and that resulted in the 2-minute video, the 2-minute quick run video. I got this, I want to say 2012, 2011. It served its purpose well. Besides a few cosmetic issues, I have been able to fix it, and it still runs good after nearly a decade of service. Well, on and off service, but it still works, and it does its job well. Besides being a little light and a little underpowered, it's a great beginner level thing. So yeah, it's a model I've had for a long time, and it served its purpose well. Yeah, this is something that I would run at a club if I was part of one, which I'm gonna bite my tongue and I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but only time will tell. Now, let's move on to number 2. The second best locomotive of 2020 is another Bachmann, the Bachmann Spectrum F40 PH. Technically, this is a PHR based on the road number alone, but Bachmann used basically the same mold for everything. This one is a fan favorite. You can see that my video about this comes in 5th place for my top 5 most viewed videos. Only second to a streetcar parade and some stuff from a year or two ago when I wasn't as focused on giving YouTube attention. I mean, would you look at some of these details? I mean, okay, it's more evident on the other side, but there's quite a number of grab irons that are separately applied. The fuel tank looks pretty good for being like 2 or 3 pieces. I've managed to straighten out the back handrail. All the paint's crisp, solid, no bleed. It's genuinely a good-looking model. I just wish it wasn't Bachmann driven. Well, I'm not saying it's terrible, like you should stay away from it. I'm just saying the drive system isn't as good, but everything else about this is beautiful. Look at that figure. This is, let me focus it. This is an F40, okay? This is an F40. I know that Rapidos put out theirs, and that's much more detailed than this. But this was top of the line for, I believe, 2002, 2005. The way Bachmann dates their products is weird, but this is still easily 15 years older than the Rapido FL9. Not FL9, F40. Oh, we'll get into that later. But it's genuinely a nice looking model. I know that some people don't like Bachmann, but Bachmann had a sort of peak in the 90s to 2000s, and I guess they just haven't moved on, because they're still partying on the same level, if you catch my drift. So another reason that I purchased this model is because it was going to replace my old Lifelike F40, which is a complete mess, and I don't feel like pulling up to show on camera, but this is a much better improvement. I'm going to do another decoder swap with a decoder that isn't broken. I have I believe it's a Silent Soundtracks decoder coming in for this, so sit tight, And this thing will be moving real quick, so stay tuned. Anyways, onto the very best train of 2020. And the very best train of 2020 is the Brantford Hobbies Alco DL109. This engine actually means quite a bit to me. Not only was it the first train that I cleaned and opened up and, you know, did some general maintenance. This was a piece of someone that I look up to, well, formerly a piece of his collection. I will not name names because I'm not sure if he's comfortable with that, so I will respect that. And this also sort of got me, this is what started the New Haven kick, and probably the whole reason why you see the FL9 in, you know, in the intro and other videos. So this engine has done quite a lot for me. Plus, it's a unique engine in itself. It's somebody made a mold for the body, made 100 or so of these of the 718 of the 0718. Not the cranberry. I am not including the cranberry because it made a cameo. I'm sorry. When I fix the cranberry, we will clean it and get it perfect. Okay? I promise. I just need more time. But yes, the number one train is this engine right here. Specifically, this engine. And it is a beauty. Raymond Loewy did a good job designing these in real life. Raymond Loewy was, I believe he was long gone before these were produced. I want to say these are part of the 90s because they do use quite a lot of retrofitted Athearn Blue Box parts. But, yes, it's a good locomotive. Pretty uncommon. So, yeah, that wraps up the top 5 list. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Later.